Welcome back to PH.d TV, and today we'll be going over the best supplements for building muscle. So these things listed in this video are going to be based under my opinion. Some of these things may not work for other people, but they have worked for me. Therefore, they make my list. But I also know that these have worked very well for a lot of people. I know they've worked for my friends. I know they've worked for other people. I've read reviews on a lot of these supplements. And as I said, I've used them. So I have a very good, well-ranging ideas of supplements that will work versus not work. You get the gist. I like this type of topic, so I'm very enthusiastic to talk about, so let's just jump into it. Starting off is pre-workout. Now, this is where you're gonna get a lot of people who say yes or no on this, because I know some people can be really sensitive to caffeine. I'm not. I can take caffeine all day and night and still fall asleep at the end of the day. Whereas I have a buddy whose wife, if she has caffeine, she dies. But you get the gist. But I think pre-workout is a great thing to use in a workout if you want that extra boost. If you want to go in and just slam the weights, which I don't suggest you do, but you get the gist. If you want to go in, rock it out, work out, get that pump with a little bit of a boost, I think pre-workout is a great thing to do. Now, I would not use it every single time, because if you do, you may build a tolerance to it, get some of the benefits, but the energy level may not be there. And typically, if you get a tolerance to it, you'll basically take it, be just fine, but be more potential suitable for a crash later on in the day. Regardless, if you take it 2 to 3 times a week, or save it for the times you know that you're about to go rock it at the gym, then I think it's an incredible supplement to have. Next up is the BCAA branched chain amino acids. Now, if you basically flunked out of biology or any biology class, branched chain amino acids are the building blocks of protein in the muscles when it comes down to protein synthesis. Therefore, I think BCAA is one of those required things you need to take in order to actually have muscle building happen. Because even if you don't take protein, which will be later on this list, and you eat all of your protein, you eat all your calories, but primarily the proteins, the good proteins, the BCAAs will help that in order to have that food you just ate be used for what you want it to do. So BCAAs, the building blocks of protein, are easily going to be on this list for everyday use, for taking it whenever you get done working out after that protein shake. It doesn't matter. That's one of those supplements you can take before or after. There is research to say that, you know, it's better taken before. It's also taken better to do it after, but it ultimately comes down to you and what you feel that it will basically do best for you. Experiment with it. You know, read the, serving suggestion size of each supplement you take, but listen to your body. If it works better before, if it works better after, listen to your body. Just don't go over the recommended dosage. Next, I'm gonna say take a multivitamin, because when we sweat, when we work out, we bust a lot of vitamins that our body was storing, and we also just tear our body up. When you work out a muscle, you are literally destroying that muscle for it to basically come back and grow bigger, but in order for it to be bigger, you have to break it up and destroy it. So even though you're taking protein, even though you're taking branched chain amino acids, your muscles also need vitamins in order to grow back properly and even in a more healthy state. And when you go for vitamins, I would suggest going for a vitamin that has not just, an abundance of vitamins, because if you want to get an abundance of vitamins, I'd say go get those synthetic ones you can get at a Walmart. Ones where they are technically vitamins, but they're just synthetic versions where it'll get the job done. But if you read a label that says whole food, then you're gonna get a much more bang for your buck, even though it will probably be a little bit more expensive. But for the concept of what we're talking about, your body regenerating after being broken down, getting a whole food multivitamin will probably be the most beneficial, healthiest option for what we're talking about. Therefore, I do believe taking a whole food vitamin is a great option and great use to have when building muscle. And next is gonna be creatine. Now, I know a lot of people who may not be aware of what creatine is. Their moms are gonna say that that's a steroid, don't take it, no! I think everyone had that issue going in ahead of time with creatine, especially if you started using it when you're in high school or college, first time ever, still living with your mom. That conversation may have happened if she asked what creatine was, because it is potentially one of the most studied, most looked at, especially the monohydrate version of creatine supplements ever. And basically, creatine creatine is used to basically keep water in your muscles, and which will make you gain a little bit of water weight, a lot of water weight, depending on who you are. I've always been pretty good at not gaining a lot of water weight while using it. But basically, if you have water in your muscles, which the creatine does help maintain, they will be able to last longer. They will be able to kind of work a little bit longer because they are hydrated. And if that's the case, when you're working in the gym, you will be able to push more, you'll be able to push longer. Your workouts will increase quite a bit, which ultimately, in retrospect, will make you gain a lot more muscle because you're able to push a little bit more than you had before. So another thing, I know I mentioned the word steroid. Creatine is not even a steroid. It is a natural forming substance that we make, and one that we also get from things we already eat, like steak. So stick that to your mom that she gets creatine too. But you get the general gist. Put some creatine in your pre-workout, maybe even put some in your BCAA because it's great for post-workout as well. And just have an incredible workout in which you'll be able to push longer, push more, and ultimately get more gains from it. So creatine makes the list. Now this last one we all saw coming, and that is whey protein. Protein powder, however you want to put it. Whey protein is easily the most sold muscle building supplement that there is in the conversation of what supplements to use when trying to build muscle, because that's what makes your muscles grow. You put protein to your muscles, when they're trying to heal, they'll build off with the protein, causing them to get stronger, causing them to, grow. Protein is not some magical powder that you drink and you get buff. You have to work. But if you work out while also taking protein powder, I guarantee that you will have incredible muscle gains, growth. I don't know how else to explain it. If you were going to the gym and if you were to not get any other supplement on this list, get whey protein powder, even the branched chain amino acid one. A lot of protein powders now naturally have the BCAA because typically protein comes with BCAA already with it. Not always, but typically if you look at the supplement fact list on the back of each product. But protein is the key to success if you're lifting, to gain size, to gain strength. Protein powder. I just can't stress it enough. And lastly, we do have an honorable mention, and that is going to be casein protein powder. Now the difference is that whey protein is quickly absorbed into a muscle because after you work out, your body goes through an anabolic factor of which it is taking in as much as it can. Therefore, when you put protein in directly after a workout, whey protein, your body will soak it up and say, yes, protein! But at the end of the night, when you're about to get that nice quality REM sleep, that is when your muscles heal the most because you're not going to be using them. So people will take casein protein, which is a very slow digesting protein, sometimes takes up to 8 to 10 hours depending on what you get, 6 at the minimum typically. People drink that at night so that they have a constant slow digesting protein going through their system at all times, causing for great muscle recovery, not just growth, but recovery. And of course, if your muscles recover faster, the more likelihood you'll be able to move on, get stronger, rinse and repeat the rest of these supplements, as well as rinse and repeat your routine. You get the gist. Casein is an honorable mention because a lot of people use it. It has been proven to help, recover overnight, but that is not to say it is for everyone. I don't personally use it. It's a little heavy on my stomach, especially when going to sleep. Therefore, I can sometimes sleep uneasy. But I know that with lots of research and with a lot of other people having used it, it can be an incredible product. I just don't think it might be for everyone. Hence the honorable mention. And that's my list. If you liked this list, please like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time.